Alright, so I wanted to make a little update video on the broken PTR experience here. So here's my old one. This is the one that broke, and this is the one that PTR sent to replace it. A little bit different, some minor differences. You can see this one is more round. This one's a little more square. And I'll just go over the timeline here. So my first attempt to contact them would have been Saturday, July 16th. And I sent them an email and filled out their online contact form. The second attempt was Monday, July 18th. I tried calling them. Their phone system was down and their voicemail box was full. So I was not able to call them. The first reply I got from them was Wednesday, July 20th. And I got an email response from them. And I responded back on the 20th, same day. The second reply I got from them was Thursday, July 21st. They said a work order has been generated and a part will be shipped. And based on the packing list that I received, the part shipped on Monday, July 25th. And then the part was received Thursday, July 28th. So that's when I got it. And this one does look a little better. Let me turn my light on here. Alright, so this one's looking a little better. You can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but in there you can see there is actually a weld there and there. And it kind of rubbed off, but when I got it, you could see there was a spot here and on the other side where it was welded. But it must have rubbed off, just the marking on the outside. It does seem like it has good penetration, and I can't move it with my thumb. I bumped it with a hammer, like just a light hammer, a couple times to see if it would bend or move, and it doesn't. So I think this is a better one. I think I got a better replacement. So with my old one, what I did was I tacked a couple booger welds on there, and that ain't going nowhere now. That was my first attempt with a MIG welder. I've only arc welded before, and that was probably 10 years ago, so yeah, but that got good penetration even though it looks like a booger weld. So I've got a spare from the one that broke. So we're just going to look at some of the differences. You can see the grip on this. It could just be from handling over the years, or maybe it got spray painted at some point, but this is a more glossy finish and it's pretty smooth. This one has a grippier texture. You can see on the bottom, the trigger guard on the new one does not go quite as far up. And the shape is different. And I have test fitted this on the gun. This one is a little bit tight on the back, but it does fit. I was able to get to fit. Currently I've still got my navy lower on there, but I may use one of these in the future. But I got spares now. Both of these are viable spares at this point. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. So from start to finish, July 16th to July 28th, so about 12-day turnaround, which is not bad. I've had far worse customer service experiences, so that's pretty good. So the part came with just this sheet metal assembly with the grip and a packing list. And it was just packed with paper, which is fine. It's a steel part, so it's not like it's going to get banged around. Just my timeline there, my notes. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the customer service experience on here. It's unfortunate that it had to happen, but so just in case you know now, 12-day turnaround, pretty good. So just in case you need to know, their internal part code for that would be GI 010001 sub-assembly grip steel. So if that happens to you, you know what to expect. Yeah, other than that, the rifle's fine now. That's it, thanks. So a small addendum here. In case you decide that you want to repair your own, if something should happen to your receiver, make sure you put your welds in these grooves here so that it doesn't interfere with the insertion of the receiver of the grip assembly into the gun. So if they're in here like this, it's not going to get in the way of anything. You want to make sure this front is flush. And you also want to make sure that you don't get any welds. So my first idea was to weld it from the inside down in here, but there's just not enough room in there. And the second was to try and get it in here, up on this part. But you don't want anything on that ledge. I found that out the hard way. I had to file it out because that will stop the trigger assembly from being reinserted into it. So you want to make sure you're not doing any welding inside this part right here. You want to make sure this is flush. So this ledge is flush with this part of the receiver. You can see across. That's pretty flush. So get your welds up in here so that so you can get some material in there and that you can penetrate both this block and this sidewall here. So that's a good spot to do it if you're going to do it. And I have test fit the old one and it does fit. So if the same thing happens to you and you get the opportunity to keep your old receiver, if you're going to weld it this side here and over here, just so it doesn't get in the way of anything. That's it. Just that small addendum there. Thanks.